Hello everyone and welcome. Today we're embarking on an epic journey through time, exploring the rich and complex history of the United Kingdom. From ancient stones to a modern monarchy, the story of the UK is one of conquest, innovation, and incredible transformation. So grab a cup of tea and let's dive in. Our story begins thousands of years ago. Before there was a United Kingdom, these islands were home to ancient peoples who left their mark with mysterious monuments like Stonehenge. Around 800 BC, Celtic tribes arrived, bringing with them their unique languages and cultures, the roots of modern Welsh, Scottish Gaelic, and Irish then. In 43 AD, the Romans came marching in. They built roads, cities like Londinium, now London, and Hadrian's Wall, a massive barrier to keep the northern tribes at bay. For nearly 400 years, Britannia was a province of the mighty Romang Empire. After the Romans left, a new chapter began. Germanic tribes, the Angles, Saxons, and Jutes migrated to the island, establishing several kingdoms. This Anglo-Saxon period gave us the English language and epic tales like Beowulf. But the peace was short-lived. From the 8th century, Viking longships raided the coasts, eventually settling and ruling large parts of England, known as the Danelaw. It was a time of fierce conflict, with kings like Alfred the Great of Wessex fighting to defend his kingdom and lay the groundwork for a unified England. The year 1066 is a date every British schoolchild knows. William, Duke of Normandy, crossed the English Channel and defeated King Harold at the Battle of Hastings. This Norman conquest forever changed England. The French-speaking Normans became the new ruling class, influencing the language, architecture, and legal system. They built imposing castles like the Tower of London and Windsor Castle, symbols of their power that still stand today. Over the centuries, the cultures merged, creating a distinct English identity. During the Middle Ages, the relationship between the nations of the British Isles was often turbulent. England's attempts to dominate its neighbors led to centuries of conflict. In Wales, heroic figures like Owain Glyndŵr led rebellions against English rule, though Wales was eventually incorporated into England. In Scotland, legendary figures like William Wallace and Robert the Bruce fought fiercely for their nation's independence, famously securing it at the Battle of Bannockburn in 1314. Ireland, too, faced increasing English encroachment. The Tudor period, from 1485 to 1603, was a time of dramatic change. King Henry VIII's desire for a male heir led him to break with the Catholic Church in Rome, establishing the Church of England and setting off decades of religious turmoil. This was also the era of his daughter, Queen Elizabeth I. Her long reign is often called a golden age, a time of cultural flourishing with playwrights like William Shakespeare, and naval prowess, demonstrated by the defeat of the Spanish Armada. It was under Elizabeth that England began to look outward, laying the foundations for a global empire. The 17th century was marked by political upheaval. The conflict between King Charles I and Parliament over power and religion erupted into the English Civil War. The parliamentarians, led by Oliver Cromwell, were victorious. The king was executed, and for a brief period, Britain became a republic. The monarchy was restored in 1660, but the power struggle wasn't over. The Glorious Revolution of 1688 established the principle that the monarch must rule with the consent of Parliament, creating a constitutional monarchy that continues to this day. This period also saw the formal union of England and Scotland in 1707, creating the Kingdom of Great Britain. The 18th and 19th centuries saw Britain transformed by the Industrial Revolution. New inventions like the steam engine, pioneered by James Watt, and innovations in textile manufacturing, powered by factories in cities like Manchester and Glasgow, changed the world forever. People flocked from the countryside to work in the new industrial cities. This era brought immense wealth and power, but also created harsh living and working conditions for many. Britain's navy ruled the waves, and the British Empire expanded to cover a quarter of the globe, bringing vast resources but also imposing its rule on millions. During this time, the United Kingdom as we know it was formed. In 1801, the Act of Union joined Great Britain and Ireland, creating the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland. However, the relationship with Ireland remained fraught with tension, culminating in the Irish War of Independence and the partition of the island in 1921. 26 southern counties became the independent Irish Free State, while the 6 northern counties remained part of the UK, which was renamed the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. The 20th century brought to devastating world wars. Britain and its empire played a crucial role in the Allied victories, but the cost was immense. Figures like Winston Churchill rallied the nation during its darkest hours. After the wars, the British Empire began to dismantle as countries across Asia, Africa, and the Caribbean gained their independence, many joining the new Commonwealth of Nations. At home, the post-war period saw the creation of the National Health Service, a landmark achievement providing free health care for all. Today, the United Kingdom is a diverse, multicultural nation. It's a parliamentary democracy and a constitutional monarchy, with King Charles III as the head of state. The government, led by the Prime Minister, sits in the Palace of Westminster in London. In recent decades, power has been devolved, with Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland having their own parliaments and assemblies with control over areas like education and health. The UK's modern identity is a mosaic of its 4 constituent countries: England with its bustling cities and rolling green hills, Scotland famous for its dramatic highlands, lochs, and vibrant culture, Wales a land of castles, mountains, and a proud ancient language, and Northern Ireland with its stunning coastline and complex evolving history. And what about the food? British cuisine has evolved far beyond the old cliches. Of course, you have classics like fish and chips, a hearty Sunday roast with Yorkshire puddings, and the full English breakfast. Each country has its specialties too: haggis in Scotland, Welsh rarebit, and the Ulster fry in Northern Ireland. But modern British food is incredibly diverse, influenced by centuries of immigration, with dishes from India, the Caribbean, and around the world now considered national staples. From ancient Celts to the digital age, the history of the United Kingdom is a sweeping saga of conflict and cooperation, invention and tradition. It's a story that has shaped not just these islands, but the entire world. It continues to be written every day by the millions who call it home. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey through British history. I hope you found it interesting. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more content. Let me know in the comments what part of UK history fascinates you the most. Until next time, take care.